Hello everyone, welcome to my second session of recording the 25 and 0 play of live plays. Have taken a break, been a couple of hours since the first session, and just play like one or two hands here just to test out the recording and everything, and now just going to get straight into it. I'm gonna play for another 90 minutes like the first video. Hopefully we run well, hopefully we play well, and we'll just get into it. Yeah, I think these suited aces, he's 3-rating 3% of hands over 3k hands. This is just very scary, so just gonna fold. Yeah, ace-jack suited, I don't know if we should play this aggressively or not, I'm actually not sure. I think just calling will be fine. I'd be happy to lead a lot of flush turns, but probably not the king turn. Just gonna check it over. But we have to, this turn's gonna get checked a lot still, I think. It's just a matter of, do I think we're gonna be leading rivers, because I think he is gonna check. And if we are leading rivers here, for what size? I don't think there's enough value. I think check raising all in here is fine. Leading large is also fine. I'm going all in is also okay, but I think it's just a matter of, I think I'm just gonna go large versus. I'm actually not so sure about this spot, to be honest. Hopefully he didn't check back kings or something. But yeah, I think definitely can go for some value. It's just I don't know if he calls like queen here with a spade, because if he's checked king x on the turn, he's always calling river. So I can see shove being good too, but I don't think checking is very good. Like, I don't know how often people's gonna be open to turn as a bluff. But yeah, very happy to make the nuts. Can we just lead against recreationals? Maybe. But I feel like on the king is a bit hard here. With aces here, I'm gonna flat call. I'm not gonna shove. But maybe shoving is the correct play here. I don't actually know. But I just feel like with aces, it's such an immortal hand. We just don't really. We're gonna stack most of the hands anyways, right? We're supposed to stack. We stack kings here anyway. Like, if we lose to queens or jack, it doesn't really matter. It's just what it is, right? Okay, we just stack kings here. Just not gonna run on twice. Yeah, this is just a cooler pre. I mean, whatever, right? If we shove, he obviously snaps off. Maybe we should shove here. Maybe slow playing some mistake, but it's just like, if he is ever bluffing, I want to make sure that we can get the most out of it. Yeah. But maybe in general, just fast playing could be the better option. Yeah, definitely a kind of a sun running session immediately up a stack. Hasn't been that many hands. Yeah, queen takes on jack deuce 4. I think like everything's okay probably. Like, I think this is like a large bet board. I think when we turn the gut shot, I'm just gonna be blasting. The question here is, are we gonna triple off this one? And maybe we are. But we'll see his reaction to the turn. I think river is just a very good card for our blast side. So I think this is just a spot where we should be pretty happy to barrel this card. And sometimes he stations us with a jack, and that's fine. Like, I don't really enjoy like trying to make a jack fold here, but we're just trying to fold everything under a jack, hopefully, with this size. But like, when we do decide to bet turn, I think we should be bluffing this river when it comes to king river. He's also gonna have clubs that's just folding, but he does station us here. Yeah, he does call jack, which is what I expected. I don't know what we have to do to make a jack fold. I think we might shove maybe. But I like it's like when we actually have value, we probably just be betting even larger. But yeah, not sure about that. I think here what happened, we've checked flop. I think this is pretty underbluffed. I 3-bet ace suited here and c-bet flop small check turn. Yeah, against someone that's playing 48 bpip, I want to call here. Expect to be beat a lot. Yeah, we lose the 2 pair, but I still think calling is probably okay. I mean, it's just tiny. I'm gonna call in position here. I think getting it in here for 50 bigs is also like perfectly fine. And I think we're gonna float flop here, but we're probably gonna be folding turn. Checks, which is good to see. Should we be bluffing this hand? I don't think so. I think this is a bit too, like, maybe we can just check and win here. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Like, he might just do this with ace and ace jack, right? So I think we just call here. We're gonna lose some. Yeah, ace 5 offsuit. That's just recreational, right? So yeah, I think shoving here can be good too if we have like worse hands that lose to ace high. But yeah, gonna call nines here. A lot of like very weird lines and sizings here. I think against this size it's already close, but I think we can call once more, and again, like, they can just be pretty passive on turn. Obviously not gonna be calling that size, but I think flop call is justified. And here I think we're just gonna fold flop here. Yeah, even against small side, I don't think we should continue without a club. Yeah, just keeping up the grind. Hopefully we're just playing well and not blundering. I think maybe for the queen 6 suited hand, we should just bet larger on rivers or just shove river, because that's just a spot where people are just gonna be calling down jack x very often. So I think when we actually have a king, we go larger, and if we really want to just be bluffing, I think we should be maybe just shoving and getting like a lot of folds too, or like overbetting or something. It's just a matter of like how elastic are they to sizing. Like, if they're gonna call, are they just gonna call any size? I don't actually know. B75 is probably not enough pressure on the river in a single raise pot there, so perhaps that's something I need to look at. Maybe that's a bit of a mistake. Since this board we can just range bet. Sure, I think I'm gonna fold. Doesn't matter action unless it goes like 5 calls. I think I'm still gonna fold here. Like, yeah, we're getting a prize, sure, but we have ace 2 soft suit. Just gonna mark here. Call to range bet. I'm gonna check turn here. I think we should be betting turn sometimes, but I wonder if this hand, maybe it's just better to check back. I'm not so sure. Non rivers. We actually have some showdown. Like, are you trying to fold like pocket fives here? I think if we just bet half out here, maybe we can fold like fives and something like that. We get snapped. Oh, he has ace 10. Okay, that's fine. Maybe checking back is better. Not sure. Here was just 3-betting fours. I think it performed better than call. We get a cold call from a reg, which is very unusual. He's a very aggressive player. However, I don't think his cold call range is gonna hit this board adequately enough. Like, what is he cold calling 7.5 big blinds? Like 7.5 on the big blind here. Like, I'm really confused. I might have just blast his hand and give up river. Especially when we didn't go huge on flop. Yeah, we get a 2. That's nice. This board, I think we might play B75 for check. I think this hand probably kind of trashy. Okay, we get raised, whatever. I think checking back is fine too. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call apart range on this kind of board. Ace 2 suited. Yeah, I can 3-bet, can fold. I'm gonna go with fold this time. I mean, it's supposed to be pure 3-bet in ZB, but in practice, how aggressive are people really? And I question, like, if like we want to be over bluffing. I'm happy to over bluff against players that's clearly opening very wide from the button. Against someone that's against others is closer. Quarter pot and he snap calls I don't think is strength very often. But with his hand, I really just feel like it's a bit egregious to keep bluffing it. And now he might actually just chop sometimes. Small blind cold call here. I think I'm gonna check flop and then we're gonna see how it develops on the turn. He's gonna have a lot of paired hands. I'm not really gonna raise this size. I don't think this is strength at all. Like I attacked him with nid, but at the same time, like this doesn't always mean that he's gonna station us, and he always has a nuts, right? I wonder if we can call here and chop. Like, oh, this looks pretty. Like, what is he betting for half pot here, really? He's betting a king, usually, or a queen, maybe. I don't think he bets queen X here, even. I'm gonna fold here. I think it's just, you know, whatever. This is on a smaller end here, but I think with queen 10 against 4 bets, like, we should not be too happy to just float too wide. So I'm just gonna fold here and be disciplined. The bluff has not been going to so far, but I think that's okay. I mean, it's gonna happen sometimes, right? I think I'm gonna check down here. Like, I don't know how aggressive he is. Do we need to bluff ace 4 offsuit here? No, I'm not sure. I think we just check here. I do expect to lose a lot though. Not really? I mean, surely you have to bluff, right? I mean, 10k hands. Maybe he's looking at too many tables and decides that it's just not worth it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think against stronger players, we wouldn't be able to show down there with ace 4 offsuit. Like they're probably gonna be stabbing turn or reverse. Wow, that's a very big 3-bet, just obviously folding the hand. And so again, just facing a lot of very weird sizings today. I don't know why. If we get min clicked, blind versus blind. Obviously just continuing as a call here and just whiffing, that's fine. Block with check, do we want to lead turn? What's calling us here? I guess if we lead turn for a small size, like half pot, we can get called by 9s, 10s, pocket 5s still. Now it's the spot where I really don't think. I'd rather take a bluff catch line than like a bet for value line. Yeah, this size feels pretty grim, but we just call. Yeah, he has 9s. I mean, shouldn't you be going for zero value here with 9s? I mean, okay. Whatever. I'm gonna call here with the implied odds, but see, I don't think raising's terrible, but I think I'd raise against half pot a lot less than against something like quarter pot or 1/3. On this river here, I think if we just overbet, we can fold a lot of king X here. That's just automatically checking the turn. After betting half pot, is king jack, is king 10, king 9 off, king 9 suited. And yeah, and he might not even call every single ace X, right? So this guy, we've seen him 4-bet min click king 10 offsuit on button with a small blind 3-bet. So just gonna shove this. Almost clocked down, thank god. But yeah, if we've seen him 4-bet bluff, I think jacks is just gonna be okay to shove. And here we're very lucky to be just flipping here. Won't be running a 12 today, it's whatever, I don't really care. We somehow win, that's nice. Ace king's just gonna fold here. Like we have, like I don't think the value in raising here or calling. Even like I think we have better hands to raise as a bluff. Maybe we should always call it, I don't know, with ace king, but it just feels pretty grim. I wonder if that's too tight. I don't know. Jack 4 offsuit? That's pretty a very loose open. Defense. Here we open 7s, gets 3-bet by the small blind, who's just 3-betting reasonably wide. Think we can already fold flop here. Gonna call this time, but I think maybe without diamond is just supposed to pure fold. Here was the oh shit, I misclicked. Oh my fucking god. I was meant to click call, but I clicked fold. Oh my god, that's so bad. We just lost a huge pot there. Oopsies. It's what it is. Like I do stupid shit all the time. Double half pot. I think we can fold her now. I just don't think it's a great spot anymore. If turn goes check check, we can bluff catch rivers maybe, but it's just. I think 4-betting is probably good here. If we face any kind of 5-bet aggression, we know we're just dead. Here, I think we check flop, check turn. If we faced overbet, I'm gonna call. And on the river, probably gonna be calling down rivers, but he just checks back. Jack 9, okay. That's probably a very. I don't agree with the flat. There. Yeah, the 10-8 is disastrous. What are we doing? Like, I clicked the wrong card here. It's meant to click call, or raise. I was gonna call that hand and not raise flop, but we somehow just folded against the recreational who just led half pot. Who just donked half pot. It's just egregious mistake by us. I'm gonna shove ace king here. Like, it's very exploitable, sure, but again, like, you know, what are you gonna do with 9s and 10s here? You're gonna 4-bet ace-5 suited here in these positions. He's 3-betting on the tighter end with 7%, but I don't think it's unreasonable to 4-bet this sometimes at least. Here flop goes check check. Not a lot of reason to bet turn with ace-10. Just gonna check down. I think I'm gonna check back here. I don't know why, but like the snap checks doesn't make me feel like he likes his hand very often. So just gonna be stabbing turn. Yeah, I think against this kind of size, I think we just flick it in like, yes, 3-4 offsuit. Yeah, I did attack him with Beluga. Yeah, this guy's kind of insane. 6-8 hands too. I don't know why he would want to raise 3-4 offsuit from like cutoff, hijack or something. Like, it seems very out of line. Still calling top pair here, but just being aware that this is not a good spot. Like, if we face river barrel, we might make a fold here, especially like a lot of his turn. Well, facing this side, we just have like a mandatory call here. Somehow he has the nuts on the turn. Okay, that's interesting. Flop check. I'm just gonna overbet here, hoping he just calls like some sort of one spade hand, 8x offsuit with a spade or something. He's trying to build a pot. Was going to go for a flop check raise, but was maybe a mistake. That board probably doesn't get stabbed nearly as often as other boards do. Here against recreational half pot, can call, can raise. I think it's more important to just make sure we stack a hand we need to stack here. So just gonna click him small. We don't need to raise huge just because he's so shallow. I'm gonna fold here. Like, this hand probably can 4-bet bluff sometimes. I'll take ace-4, ace-5 more often than I take ace-3. Yeah, sure, maybe we can call too, but like, I don't know. Like, I think it's more important just making sure we get a stack against Queen X or something here than just flattening and having check turn. But I could be wrong. I could see merit in flat calling there. But I generally don't like to slow play against recreationals when we have like something of like very nutty value. Yeah, I think I taught him a recreational, but he doesn't seem to be racing too light. You're just gonna stab this board very often. And yeah, we are just gonna get a lot of the snap checks are just like, oh my god, I hate this board, I have nothing, I'm just gonna give up and move on to the next hand. So we can just do a lot of stabbing in position, I think, with very weak hands. I just, like, you know, if just probably just stabbing a hand that doesn't want to face turn leads. Yeah, here we 4-bet ace-5, which is standard. Like, 7% is on the tighter end, but like, he's still gonna find the bluffs, right? So it's just gonna be 4-betting that hand sometimes. I think it's supposed to call sometimes, but Here this board I'm gonna play. Just checking back here, no reason to bet ace jack here. Here I'm gonna play overbet with check, and this hand's always checking. We bet like ace 10 or better. I think it wouldn't be a mistake to overbet this hand though. Now once you check turns here, I think I'm just gonna overbet turn now because I think like it's just when he snap checks, he doesn't have very much. And if he's snap checking like ace deuce, he's just gonna call turn. Whereas like if we face like turn barrels when we check flop, it's like good. I don't think it makes a huge difference. I think ace 9 also can probably still overbet for value, but I think in theory we just take like, I don't know, ace. I remember it's like ace 10 or better for value, but maybe on the ace king export it's like ace 9 or ace 8 or better, I'm not sure. I have to review the theory again, but here we 3-bet 4-5, which is very, very loose, but we're not 3-betting very, very wide this session, so gonna get some more credit, and also it's just gonna be like a good spot, right? Because button cutoff is one of the sweet spots for 3-bet pots, in my opinion at least. So check call turn. I'm just gonna check river here. Ace 10, okay. I think your range betting is probably okay. Like I don't really have a real strategy here. I just kind of do whatever my hand feels like, and this hand probably just feels like a stab. And do we stab the turn with this hand, or do we kind of just check back and give up? I imagine if we do range bet, we have to bet turn pretty often. Yeah, so we are just gonna get folds, right? So that's fine. What happened pre? He limps ISO, he just donks pot. I don't see the reason to continue here. Oh, we should be value betting here. What am I doing? Well, he bets for us anyway. I don't think he has very. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. He's just a bluff, right? Limping pocket threes. I like 3-betting 8 more than flatting here. I just kind of ran out of time. Was busy typing, but I usually continue as a 3-bet rather than a call. I think this size is just kind of not king x often enough. It's just like a stab too often. But once he does snap calls, I think we just check turn. Do we have a value bet here? I think we have a value bet here. Oopsies, I don't know why I caught 6s here. What am I doing? Oh my god, sorry. But we somehow were good. Well, I guess turn calls. I don't even know. This is a equation. I just kind of autopiloted there, but somehow just picked off a bluff from a7. Here just again, just open limping, low jack. So far a pretty good session. Just won a lot of flips. Really, that's really it. Like right, like we just won a hand with jazz against ace king, and then we won like the hand there earlier against aces against kings. So really nothing much other than just kind of sun running really. Here flop when check check. I think we can value bet the turn, and probably value bet rivers. He raises us. This is not like a good spot to be in, but we should still call versus the size because like we have like very good implied odds. The queen is a heart, which means that when we river a queen, it's always gonna be really clean if he's bluff raising something like hearts here. But he just has ace-x. Whoa, what? Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna bother typing here, but just that seems like a very weak recreational play. I think that's a spot where I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Here I'm gonna check turn. IB20 flop. I don't know if we should be bluffing this hand. I actually do not know. I really do not know. I think check feels intuitive. I'm just gonna check. Here ace calling the smaller than usual 3-bet. I'm just gonna fold this board. I mean, king jack. Okay, that's fine. Queen jack offsuit is indifferent probably in terms of like 3-betting. I don't think it's too loose to 3-bet against the button. But yeah, I definitely fold against a lot of players in this pool. It's just not a like we don't, because you know they call king jack and sometimes we get out kicked. But it's mostly a hand where I want to take it down pre-flop and just take 2.5 big blinds, because people are just opening all kinds of trash on the button in this pool. Big blinds on the tighter end, I would raise jack 10 or jack 6 suited there, but obviously someone else has open pre. Here against a cold caller here, what is his range gonna be like? He's gonna have some offsuits, broadways, suited broadways, some king queen suited, ace jack, pocket sevens, pocket ace. Think here we just think maybe we start with a check to get some transparency. Ace half pot. I think we just check raise and get it in here. Yeah, here we 4-bet and we see a disastrous. Oh wow, that's a good board. Here I think we should still be betting here. Like we still get called by queen jack 10 with a club. He calls. Now the question is, on this turn he's gonna complete 8-9. Here I think we should be checking. Like 8x is just he's gonna have a lot of 8x here. Yeah, for this size I think we just have to call. I can't see myself folding jacks for this size. Does have ace 4 offsuit, that's fine. I can't bring myself to fold when he bets this tiny. He check turn and he bets here. I think we just fold here. I think it's pretty severely underbluffed. Like when they bet the turn on a 4-bet pot after calling our flop 3-bet. Like I just feel like they just check back too much, right? And there's just not enough bluffs that float us on ace 4-5. Yeah, so a bit unfortunate with king, but it doesn't matter, right? It's just a spot where we could also value bet turn and check rivers. I think that's reasonable too. Maybe we should, or like we can call turn. Like again, I feel like that's just a spot where people are just betting like ace sect and just checking back rivers. And I don't really enjoy the idea of turning kings into a bluff or like calling down light. So I'm just gonna make a fold there. That's a spot where we have like just so many ace-x to call down, right? So why bother defending with queens? Oh, with kings. Did we checked here? I think we checked a hand that should just be stabbing here. I don't know why I checked. Like we checked purely to check fold here. Yeah, I guess again against this kind of size, like I'm just not folding. Like if you have like an ace, so be it. You should really be betting for bigger value when you have an ace. But like it's just because like we have to be right so little of the time. And once he checks turn here, I think I'm gonna be bluffing this hand. Maybe this hand has too much showdown. I don't think he's checking turn with like enough strong hands. So yeah, just gonna bluff, and you know if he has pocket 8, pocket 9, he's gonna call turn, fold rivers and that sort of stuff. With the ace of club, we probably just size up on turn and just shove the river here. Here was pretty damn deep with aces. I'm gonna bet turn here and just fold to check raises. Like if he check raises us here, he just has slow played 9x, or he has 9x that turns trips, and he has 10x. But we should still be getting value here when we're this deep. Like he's gonna have jacks and queens here. That's really gonna suffer. He's gonna have ace 10 suited. That's gonna suffer. He's gonna have like king queen of diamonds. Yeah, and when we do get clicked here for this size, I think we have to continue and just folding rivers. Maybe we fold turn. I'm not sure. It's very grim. I think wait for this size we call, and then if he shoves river, we just fold. He bets any side. Even if he bets half pot here, I'm gonna fold. I think we never beat value, but we should really expect to see shoves. Yeah, he does shove. He's saying he has like 9x or 10x, obviously, like 10-10. And when we're this deep, it's just gonna be very, very underbluffed. So we also block some of his like ace-x suited that's like raising the river, right? I just think maybe we should just make a disciplined laydown here. Yeah, it's pretty close. Like, I've caught you a million times. Right, I've caught you a million times, and you know, safe to say I lose more often than I win. I still think turn bet call is justifiable. But you know, maybe you could say that turn call is the torch, and let's just fold turn. We have 2 outs, and okay, fair enough. I think I can get on board with that. But when he clicks us, like, what's he also getting, and what's the potential that he might check fold a river, like just check, you know, just check a river, give up. Like, I think it's pretty hard to fold for that size. He snap calls here. Don't think his strengths very often. Gonna be betting turn and betting river. Again, we get min clicked. Again, a spot where I don't think we get to fold jacks here. And now, like, we think we can fold. Oh man, it's so grim facing this size. We keep getting milked here, but again, it's just like sizings. Like, I just can't fold when they're betting this small. What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's just whatever. Just recreational doing weird shit. This is why, like, I think if you guys ever come across this video, I watch a lot of content from Carrot Corner. I think this is a very good channel. Helped me make the player I am today. Obviously with like coaching too, but like just the free content on YouTube. I think you should check them out if you bother to watch the video. You know, 30 minutes in here. Like, you know, a lot of the things they talk about, just let's not fold when we get like very good price against like recreationals that's taking on orthodox like min-raise turn lines. Let's just call when we're getting the price. Here we're so deep here. I'm just gonna start off the bet. I want to give him a chance to raise pocket fours and pocket ace on the flop. If we check back and the turn is a flush, we just miss out on value a lot. And we're gonna be 4-betting this hand if he does raise. What happened here? Bet call flop, check turn, and he passed the river. I don't think we should call here. Recreational pot river is just gonna be underbluffed. We should just overbet here. The only hand we lose to is like 5-7. Right, and that's gonna raise us, and you know, if he raises us here, he only is gonna have 5-7. So it doesn't really matter, like we just raise call and fold rivers. But it's a spot where we need to be getting value against like 2 pairs or some kind of combo draw. That's always gonna call at that SPR, right, with how much we have behind. So you bet king 10 suited here. We're gonna be 3-betting a lot of suited connectors here. I think our hand probably wants to check here. Keep the pot size in control. And I think turn is just a spot where I think we just keep, once we take this passive line, we just keep checking here. I just hope he like gets out of line and stabs something unusual. I'm actually not gonna raise this hand. Change my mind, I'm gonna raise this hand here. Yeah, he just snaps all that. It's just that's a very large size, which I really hate seeing. But I think we still have a call. And on the river, it's just a matter of how aggressive is this guy. Back jam, the only note I have him, he's not very aggressive, as you can see. Maybe, yeah, 3-4. What? Oh my god, almost for the 10-10. Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. As you guys can see, players can get quite out of line sometimes. You just never know what people have. What people could possibly do in this pool. King Jack is a pretty decent hand. Like, I don't mind getting it in here against like a later position jam or something. People can get really out of line in these pots. Against the min raise here, like, do we shove this hand? Okay, once like this kind of squeeze, I don't think we want to shove anymore. I think with King Jack suited, I'm gonna shove though. King Jack offsuit is just a bit too marginal in my opinion. Like, because sometimes like we just shove King Jack suited and got caught by like pocket tens, and we just take a flip. Get caught by ace queen ace 10, we just take a flip. With the dead money in the middle, I think it'll be worth it, and the possibility that he's just bluffing, right? gonna fold this time, like very low frequency 4-bet. Oh, why did I fast fold there? Oopsies. Again, just making some mistakes here and there. I'm actually just gonna fold here, like very under blast spot. This guy's actually raising like reasonable, like he's playing reasonably, like someone like a rag, right? But like this is just a very under blast spot. Oh wow, this is not good at all. Because this board is very under bluffed. So I'm kind of confused here, to be honest. I'm gonna check back. I'm gonna call here. Like, oh god, maybe we should shuffle value. Like, is this the nut flush often enough? Is this a boat often enough? I think maybe we click him here. Okay, we just lose the nut flush. Yeah, my intuition was to call, but it's whatever, right? Sometimes it's gonna happen. Yeah, he was like on the tighter end, maybe, but I think the turn kind of saved us as a board pair. I think we still should go for value on the river because he has worse flushes, right? All we've done is bet quarter pot on flop. But it's unfortunate that we lose that hand on the river. Here again, just a rough spot. We get cold 4-bet and we face a c-bet. Again, like folding flop is reasonable, I think. Turn goes check check. Very happy to see the turn check check. River's gonna be under bluff. Question here is like, if we beat hand here, can we get called by ace king? Or can we base some sort of a raise here? Can we get called by 10-10? I think beat hand might just outperform check. Yeah, ace king, right? So we at least we get 6 big blind more against ace king with a turn check check. I do expect it to be ace king very often. And I don't expect people to reopen nearly often enough as a bluff. So that goes check check here. The question here is like, do we want to just overbet and then shove the river, or do we want to just like check raise? I think we're gonna go for just betting this time. Right, we have the nuts. Let's put some money in. Just folds. Okay. I can see check being good too. Check raise turn is also very reasonable. I just don't know how often they like short stack recreationals delay c-bet like in single raise pass. Like if you can't go check check too often, like it's just not ideal. But at the same time, I don't know what's calling us when they check back that kind of flop. Check turn and bluff catch rivers. Yep, exactly the kind of hands we're hoping to get a stab from once we check turn. I'm gonna be stabbing this board very, very loose because it's just like an overfold and under overfolded and under check raise board. So just stabbing this kind of texture very, very wide. And you're gonna be like continuing on turns a lot because they flat too much, like pocket sixes that automatically snap calls flop and just checks to like check folds a larger size on the turn. Probably could raise jack 7 here. I think this is a mistake. I think we just kind of wasn't paying good enough attention. I don't know why I checked a7 here. What am I thinking? Like, I don't even know. Sorry. Here we bet quarter pot and he check raise less on flop. He checks turn here. I don't think double check raise occurs often enough, so I'm actually gonna bet here. He's just gonna call a lot of like jack 10 of diamonds, that kind of thing. We're gonna have king here. That's a weird river. Like, do we get to value bet this river? But if he donk leads, I'm gonna shove. Or he just checks. I'm gonna tank for a bit and then bet shove this river, I think. bet half pot here. This guy seems like on a very loose end. So I'm actually gonna click here when he's 3-betting 19% of hands. Go back, just gonna go for value on this kind of texture. Gonna fold here actually with queen hand. I don't think it's a good spot. If he raises us here, I'm gonna shove. Oh my god, I just hope he doesn't have pocket fives. I'm gonna turn his hand into a bluff on the river, like if he raises us. Because like we have kings and jacks that just takes this line, right? He calls, okay. King queen, okay, well we kind of suck out on him. But yeah, like when we quarter pot flop, like he's gonna be just gonna raise a lot of king x, right? And king queen is the strongest king x, right? Literally, because I imagine he 3-bets ace king pure, so it's just very reasonably played hand by him. We just sucked out on him. I don't think we can get crazy out of line on river because the board is just too wet. I think half pot is not an unreasonable size. Here we flop with check, he overbets the turn. And he checks the river. I don't know what to make of this. I'm just gonna bet here. I don't even know what we're getting called by. It's just most likely a bluff. I don't know if we like bet quarter pot. Can we like induce some sort of spaz? Maybe, I don't know. Possible with a small bet outperforms large bet here. King 8 suited, I defend the big blind. He donks here, like, which is like very unusual. I think just he's playing for leaderboards, so I think that's why. Wow. This guy seems very out of line with the stats, but I'm also not that happy to call down like 2x pot. So, oh yeah, this was the guy that raised us when we had the king 10. Just gonna call one more, like call flop at least, but now it's just gonna fold. Like now I think it's on the bluff. It's just like this is a very comfortable board to value bet queen x plus, ace queen plus, king queen plus. Just very comfortable, very easy to find the value bet. Not so easy to find the multi-way bluff, flop raise, and then like size up turn bluffs. Like just on the bluff. So let's just fold. I think this hand can check. Wouldn't mind betting. I think it's just this is a kind of board where I think if we do start betting, we're gonna face resistance very often. At the same time, I don't think we show down very often either. I'm just trying to realize equity here. Yeah, this is like kind of what I mean. But like, what are we really getting called by? I think with half pot here, we just have a call here. I really don't think we get to raise for value and this kind of texture. Okay, wow, it's unfortunate. That's the one hand that we can raise for value and get called by worse. Maybe I messed up. I don't know. This guy just seems like a pretty big recreational. I think I've played against him a couple of times. I think I might call down here. Like, this looks like a torch. I promise you it's not against him. Against him, I think this is just a good call. Okay, has acing this time, that's fine. Here we check flop. It goes check. I think we just need to bet for value on the turn. So we're just gonna take a look at the line he took when we had when we caught him down with 7-3. He went best half pot flop, small size turn and large size river. Okay, noted. That's certainly interesting. Okay. I don't know against small blind cold call we still play overbets, but like if just trying to stack, like get a stack against the things like, you know, the ace 10, the ace queen, that's flat calling there. Trying to maximize value against the top range. His top like his strongest hands there. I'll go check. I think we can bet turn quite often. I don't know how often people check back ace-x here. Like this is a spot where if I'm playing, I would check back ace-x a lot. So I think we just now we river showdown. I think blocking's gonna perform better than check call, I think. And I think this might be a hand where we can bet shove all in. I think just removing a lot of his 2 pairs and straights here. I don't think this is unreasonable. Like, yeah, sometimes we get caught by 2 pair and then we lose a stack, but like, you know, are they just gonna be able to fold ace jack ace 10 here pure? Probably. We have removal against 6-8 that's slow playing and that sort of stuff. We block a lot of like queen 9, queen 5 suited 2 pairs. I think it's pretty under bluff line. I think we should be okay doing this. He does fold, thank God. Get a 2. What happened here? We bet half out on flop with jack 9, we check turn. This is a river where are we trying to fold ace? I'm gonna give up here because too much ace checks the flush turn. But yes, king 7. No, that's unfortunate. That's probably a hand that could fold if we overbet. Just gonna be caught folding here. Oh my god, we flopped on us. But yeah, his sizing was too much for me to justify continuing, even in position with 10-9 suited, when in general players just don't. It's in general gonna be an under bluff spot. Some players do bluff a lot, like cold forward bluff, but in general it's just under bluff. So just when he's playing like 41 ATS, 21 PFR, I'm just always 3-betting like these sort of hands. Gonna 4-bet ace-5 suited this time too, and just proceeding very cautiously on flop and turns. This guy just seems like a rag, right? Like if you look at the stats, 25, 19, 34, 10, just gonna be doing this appropriately. Gonna click back the aces here. I'm not gonna call, keeping his entire range here, and not gonna play tricky here. Just gonna go like bet jam. Still gonna go small here, giving him some room to just like make a play. Oh, turn's not ideal. I think this is a turn where we can actually just check now and just call bluff catch reverse. I was like, a lot of this like min click call range is gonna be like ace queen, king queen, queen jack off, right? So we can just check here. Once he checked this reverse here, it makes me want to shove for value. They don't just simply do not check enough queen jack, enough flushes here. Oh wow, we get raised here. This is pretty gross. Like how often is this a bluff? 10-10, yeah, this is why like we need to find a shove. I'm happy I found a shove, but this spot on the other hand, like I actually don't know how to approach this spot. I'm actually not sure. I think I'm going to fold here. His line is just very credible. But again, like if we're not defending ace queen, like what are we defending? I was just never defending here. His sizing is big, but at the same time, I changed my mind. I'm gonna call here. Yeah, he turned king jack into a bluff. Wow. That's a very, I actually very liked the play from him. I kind of respect it, to be honest. I think that hand's gonna perform better as a raise than a call. He can very reasonably have 4x, but ace queen is just a bit too strong, and also like, do we beat mergers or anything like that? Like an ace jack kind of thing? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, glad I found the call there, but it's not like a good spot at all. Like I expect to lose very often. I'm actually gonna mind this hand. Like this looks very egregious. Like why are we calling here with deuces? Oh my god. Okay, well, here's what it is. I'm gonna check raise here. Should we check raise here with king jack? Maybe we should just play more passively. I want to bluff here actually. I don't think they check back enough 5x and 9x on turn. So just gonna bluff because we got counterfeited, right? But yeah, now he's gonna fold. I mean, we could still justify a call here, like we're like we have like 4 outs to the nuts, but you know if he has queens here or something, we win a stack 200 bigs. But maybe flop check raise is better. I don't know. It's possible that we should just check raise flop against like a rag here. Yeah, just kind of sun running here. So far, kings against aces, jacks win against ace king, and then we get that nice part with aces against tens. So it's a very good spot. Turn queen was ended up being actually good for us, because he's gonna be calling down lighter with his 2 pairs. Jack 9-4 is a board where I think we play like large bet or checks. I think on Jack 10-4, I think we can play like overbets and that sort of stuff. But on Jack 9, I'm not sure. But this hand is always going to be favoring a check back and just like bluff catching some turns. Without a card here, like this might not be a turn where we might still call here. We might still call once. And just hope he like checks river, give up. I mean, again, it's just sizing, right? Like when they bet this kind of size, and we check flop on a board where we don't usually check like very strong hands, like I think we just flick it in, and hopefully, yeah, we do win against the ace-2 suited, right? So sometimes, like, you know, like when we check back, we're just gonna get pretty good spots like this. But definitely, like when he goes like 1/3 there, like I don't think we're allowed to fold. Like this board, I'm gonna play b75 for check. I don't know if that's theory approved at all, but like intuitively, it feels really good. Not so good about the turn anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna check turn always here. Like this is a spot where I want to check raise, other than like overbet or something, because like, yeah, this is what we're looking at. I want to go huge here too. Kind of grim here. When we go b75 and he calls, but I think we beat value here. I'm gonna call 5-6. Yeah, we again we picking up a bluff here, right? So I don't know what I want to say. Again, here we just raise him. Let's not waste time. Just, I don't know. I don't think that's bad, but like super bad by him to bluff. So, because I don't check a lot of ace-x on turn, I reckon. What's happening here? He just auto-folded? Okay, he just limped and auto-folded. That seems like what a recreational player would do in this pool. I imagine regs are not that happy about like just limping in and then just auto-folding in position. King 9 suited, I think we're supposed to 3-bet. I don't really like to take the spot. So I'm just gonna fold it, but I can see 3-betting being good. I'm always 3-betting King 10. Against cutoff, I'm also always 3-betting it, but like again, just trying to play discipline and just tight and just not getting out of line and not taking marginal spots. And here, once we face check, I think we should just check back this hand. I don't really want to get check raised here. By any means. Here I don't know the strategy as on the board here. I'm not sure. I imagine just 6-7 is just a hand that's very good to check. Face a snap check here. I don't see any reason to bet. I don't care about getting protection against 10-8 offsuit. I don't really care. I don't really like the idea of reopening here. I'm gonna check here. Okay, we just 12 off ace queen. Now it's the spot where I think we can, if we just bet here, we might just get caught by some random stuff. Some king high 8. Oh, he wrote an 8. Okay, well that's unfortunate. That's exactly the kind of hand maybe you want to be protection betting. So maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that's the spot where we should just be betting turn and getting some protection with our hand once he snap checked the turn. But yeah, I can see protection being good for the hand. I can see check back and calling river being good too sometimes. Flat ace queen here. Maybe we should 3-bet here. So yeah, I changed that. That's not good. We should be 3-betting this hand because the recreational just cold calls a small blind. At the same time, I really hate I really hate sorry, what was I gonna say? Here we just shove, obviously, with ace with nuts. He folds. Gonna be c-betting this board very often. Ace 7-3, we get min click. Question here is like, do we float or not? I think we're gonna float here. Like, I don't really think this is a real hand. This might be like an ace sometimes. I kind of want to shove here, but I really don't believe this line. Like, it's complete bullshit, I think. But I'm gonna fold here. Like, it's just gonna be disciplined and not trying not to fuck up. Here, queen 5-3-6, we raise flop. He snap called us. Well, he didn't really snap call us. Like, here the question here, like, do we check turn or not? Do we give up or do we keep bluffing? I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna check back actually. I wanna see what he do on it. He's actually snap checks the river. Yeah, I feel like we can bluff here too, but it's just we might have enough showdown here. Like if you have something like jack ten of spades, jack ten of hearts, king queen. Okay, yeah, it's just okay. Okay, last king queen suited. Yeah, just a recreational. That's flatting king queen suited and then dunking top pair. So glad we didn't just triple this off because he's just gonna be calling down always. King queen also, I think it's mostly call. I don't know why it's 3-bet this time, but I guess he's raising reasonably wide. Like if I had the opportunity to just punish wide raises from the small blind, I would just do so. So like I just enjoy playing 3-bet calls in positions other than single raise pot as the pre-flop caller. Just because we're playing with cap ranges, we're playing a spot where people are very used to playing. Whereas like it's just much harder to navigate a 3-bet pot out of position compared to a single raise pot in position where you have like uncapped range. So ace 9 probably a fold here. It's close. I'm gonna call this time, but it's probably mostly gonna be a fold. On a6, I'm gonna check here. We face a snap check. Now on the turn, it's just a spot where you probably want to be betting our king x that's check flat flop and turn top pair. And we want to be using like larger sizes. Especially when he snap checks the turn, I feel like it's just a hand that's like very autopilot-y. And we can just get a lot of... What happened here? He cold called? Oh yeah, he cold called a big blind here. So here just not gonna... Just trying to stack pocket tens here. Oh, what did I do here? Oopsies. Oh, I folded ace 9 on flop. Oh, that's a... Sorry, I just zoned out completely. It's gonna be okay. Like it probably should be a call, but it's not gonna be like a massive torch if we folded it. Forwarding kings here, flowing top set on king jack 10. Just gonna be betting here. We do lose to ace queen sometime, and that's fine. Whatever, we don't care about that. I'm just trying to get value from this ace king, his slow played aces. Jack 10 that kind of stuff. I think we should shove here. I mean this is not a spot we're supposed to shove because like we only really get called by better. We still get called by something like ace king offsuit, ace of diamonds. I didn't shove pre or something. I can't imagine shoving being too bad here. Okay, we lose to ace queen and that's fine. Oh, okay, wow, we suck out on ace queen here. That's very lucky. He played the hand perfectly. I have 6-6. Oh well, sure. Good for you, I guess. Like, what do you want to say, man? You want to call cold for bed for 21 bigs to 6-6? What are we saying? But anyways, yeah, I suck out on just sun running session. Good suck out on ace queen 2. I think he played the hand perfectly, really. Like, maybe we shouldn't shove turn. I don't know. But again, that's a river where, like, if we didn't shove turn, he gets away. I don't know. But maybe we blundered by shoving turn. But at the same time, I just feel like we'll still value shoving there, like, right? Like, we still get called by king queen suited, jacks 10, ace king. Like, I don't think shove is gonna be like torching, but it's possible that blocking or something is better. I'm gonna check back here. I don't know. The time bank is so sad. Yeah, but I think river fold is fine though on the monotone board. Actually, against half pot, I think it's a mandatory card. I don't know why it tanked so long. I'm just blundering left, right, center because there's so many tables and it's so many hands. What happened here? He best turn for a decent size and then he called. And he's blocking river. I think we have to wait for value here. Like, we just hope we don't get block shoved on. Hopefully he just thinks that we never check enough, like, top pair hands were better on flop and he's gonna station us with... Whoa. I don't know Russian. Let's see what he said to us. I imagine it's not. What an inventor. Okay, I mean, I don't think my line is greed and I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Usually people don't talk to me. Greed advice. I think it's just a lost in translation kind of thing. I think we just call here. I don't know why we would raise here. Yeah, we just chop here. Almost timed out and folded that one. That's sad. That would be sad. I'm gonna fold ace 10 here. We could float here probably, but like, I don't think folding is gonna be a blunder either. Just gonna check down tens here. Like, on a jack river, I'm not gonna value bet. I probably should value bet turn, I think. I just kind of wasn't paying enough attention. Getting a bit better than the first session. Well, I mean, just didn't really play amazingly, I think. We just kind of being a luck box, getting aces, kings, and then stacking worse hands. Sucking out and getting lucky. But, yeah, we'll trying to play better, as we record more and more sessions. I think jack and off might just be a fold free anyways. Here, 4% 3-bet is close. I think we just call here. Given the positions and given the price, like, he's not going like 13, right? Which is like the theoretical recommendation, I would say. What happened here? I 3-bet and got cold call. This board is gonna hit the cold call range pretty often, and we're not gonna get a lot of fold equity from the overpairs like 9s and 6s and that sort of stuff. So we're just gonna be playing very cautiously and checking a lot. Gonna be playing like half auto check here. I'm gonna shut this animation now, just folding turn. Like, if he bets river, I might station him here. He checks. Can we value bet here? I don't think so. Because he's gonna have some like ace 8 offsuit, ace 10 thing. I think value betting is a bit egregious. Yeah, he has ace jack. Okay. That's a very large size. I don't know what to make of this. I don't usually face this kind of sizing when I check ace king on this kind of texture. Obviously, we have aces here, we just shove, but or just check call. What was ace king? I'm not really willing to call down here. Like, I need to know a lot to justify calling down this size. Even though I think in theory it's a mandatory continue. Probably. Let's just call here. Like he's flatted the we raise from low jack, he flats hijack. I'd imagine it's mostly gonna be like some weird stabs. But if we face like turn size up, like we have to consider folding or like turning this hand into a bluff. Plus 10-10. Plus jack 8 suited, hijack, low jack. Also, if you know he flats jack 8. Oh, what did we fold there? Gonna call here and check river. We folded jack 10. Oh, that's fine. That's whatever. Whatever. It's just painful to say the least. Going to flat call here, king queen. Okay. That's fine. It's gonna be isolating the equational here. I imagine the spot is overbluffed here, but like our hand, I don't think we should continue. I was looking for a different kind of board texture to play in position here. I usually don't like flattening, but he's too shallow. And I really don't like 3-betting like medium pairs versus like someone that has like 40, 50, 60 bigs. I think those hands play pretty terribly. I'd much rather have king queen offsuit. I'm gonna check back here. I think it's just a board we're supposed to check back sometimes anyways. Face the turn lead. It's just like a reg, right? I have a lot of notes on him. Here we're gonna play overbet or check here. Nines is gonna be pure check. Okay, ace 8 checks down, we win, okay. Here he's really thinking about it. I just hope we don't see like 3x pot here. Thinks about it for a bit and he pauses again. So what is this value region here? It's gonna be 2 pair or better. Are we willing to bluff catch here? I think we are. Like once we check flop, I think we just bluff catch here. Like I think, oh, he does have the nuts, that's fine. I think it's better to call like king 10 than to call aces here. Just because we block some of his like 2 pairs, right? His top 2. You know, he's gonna be defending all sorts like 10x suited. I don't think, maybe we should bluff this hand. He does like queen 7, that's fine. But like I don't know if we should be bluffing river here. But I think we win against enough stuff in this pool to just justify a check. So I think this board, like we play large bet or check here. I don't, maybe sometimes we play half pot, but I imagine it's just a board where we bet top pair or better and check everything else. And bet bluffs and that sort of stuff. But yeah, the king 10 hand, he only bet pot, which is really, really surprising. Like that's a spot where I just bet like 3x pot. And then try to get caught by God knows what, right? Like we have the nuts, right? Or check raise all in on the river. But I think he's potting turn with the nuts, potting river with the nuts. That's not unreasonable, I think. I do think like overbet would get more value in those spots. Here I defended 8 non-suited because this is just like a very small size, and I'm gonna be raising flop here. The reason being, they're betting too wide here. They're 3-betting too wide, and they arrive here with too much trash. So yeah, just gonna be raising quite aggressively. Do we actually have value there? Probably. Sometimes, probably not. But it doesn't really matter because that's just someone that's 3-betting 7.5 out of position and then mindlessly c-betting a jack high board. Jack 10. Okay. Yeah, jack 10 here, we just obviously be checking range. Seems like both like regs and we're both like deeper than usual. I think with acing suited we don't shove here. Like acing offsuit I might just rip this in. I don't see what this means here. I'm gonna click this here, but I'm not gonna go crazy. This is a board we have to bet, but at the same time, Like for our particular hand, it's horrendous board, right? Like we lose to everything here. What's calling us that we beat? King, like ace 10, pocket 10s. Whoa, we face pot here. Do we raise here? I think we might just call here. Jack 9. Okay, yeah, I think we blundered here. Wait, but he just donked. Did he donk pot? Oh my god, I'm losing my. Oh my god, I wasn't meant to check here. I was meant to block B10. He snap checks this one back. He shoved here, we just fold. He calls, thank god. King queen? Oh yeah, okay, we just chop. Okay, yeah, we both recognize. He flats anything also in position? Really? Like, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess he's allowed to do that. That hand is a flat. He didn't do anything wrong. But as usually, people in this pool just get it in. Am I playing too tight today? Yeah, I'm playing on the tighter end, sure. I'm just getting like very good hands, and I'm trying to play tighter than usual anyways. 200 big sleep here, I'm just gonna call jacks. Like, I don't really want to 4-bet it. Like, just being honest. Like, it's never a good spot to be in. Even when we 4-bet and get caught. We don't really care if he, like, calls here, right? Like, we dominate his entire range here. I don't think he should... Like, if he back jams you, we're gonna fold, but... Again, like, what does this mean? He's going 9 when we're this deep. It's also very, very suspicious. I'm a bit worried. Like, I don't know what this means. He shouldn't be like 3-betting a small size with very speculative hands against 2 ranges out of position when we're 200 deep. So, just a very weird spot. Here if we face pot, we know this is probably a recreational. Oh man, this double pot, I think I might fold turn. Actually, I'm not gonna fold turn because we have a redraw here. Oh shit. Oh my god, I hate myself. I hate myself. I just misclicked again. Yeah, these misclicks are costing me at least like 1 buy-in, 100 big blinds every session. Honestly. What am I doing? But it's alright. We accept it. I mean, it's only 25 an hour, right? So it's just like, it's not like it's not like we're trying to make full-time income playing this. We're just trying to play a game, get better at the game, and just not tilt and that kind of thing. So, what are we doing? Oh my god. And now we actually have a hand. Oh no, we floated Jack 9 here multi-way. It's completely ridiculous. Obviously, when we do float, we have to raise attack small sizes. Check back here. And we're probably going to be calling block on river. And once he checks, calls the turn here, just going to be playing very honestly. I'm just gonna be beat, just folding out some of his like king high, ace high flush shots that's missed, and obviously not gonna do anything against the value region. That oh wow, what? Really? Okay. Yeah, what the fuck happened on the other hand? I didn't even see. Jacks would we had ace 10. Okay, so he 4-bet small with ace 10 suited. Okay, noted. Something we've noted. Cool. Like in that spot, if we river the straight with Jack 9, we just shove all in, right? And then we get a stack from 10-10. Very weird. These recreationals that they don't value bet Zen enough and get scared against block. Yet when like we shove all in, they just cannot fold a set. It's completely ridiculous. I think low frequency 3-bet here with 8s, it's mostly gonna be a fold. It's possible that we want to flat call here and just set mine, but like if he's a decent player, I wouldn't do that. I would do that to recreationals, especially deeper recreationals more often than not than someone like this. At this board, I think I'm again just gonna be like playing quarter pot range, so I don't really know what the strategy is supposed to be, but I think like quarter potting range on these king high ace high boards have been very comfortable. They've been pretty hard to deal with for in position players when we check turn. And when we like bluff river, just because they float flop too wide, they don't bluff raise enough. So again, that's just my approach. It doesn't mean it's correct by any means. Like you can be very flexible with what you want to do in these spots. think one with this deep we can get creative and maybe just 3-bet 4-4 here. I think this might be pure call in DB, but does it really matter? Size up here. Betting very equity driven here. I do river the nuts. Just gonna shove here. Gonna tank shove here. If we are bluffing, we have to think about it, right? If we have like ace 5 offsuit that we ISO'd some sort of bluff. Here he cold called my 3-bet. We're really deep. I don't think he has pocket ace very often. He bets half pot here. Here the question here is like, can we check raise this hand and then fold like jacks on the turn or something? That's like a pretty big ask. So maybe we just take the passive vote and proceed as a check call. And now that we turn the king due to the luck box we are, I think this is a spot where we want to just be blocking and leading ourselves, because this turn is going to be checked back a ton, right? This is a spot if he cold called us with like pocket 8s, pocket deuces, pocket 3s, we just get stacked and that's fine. We just accept it. But we also need to make sure we get like pocket jack to really suffer on turn and rivers. Right, so just leading there. Like check raising as a bluff on flop is also very reasonable. But again, I don't think I need to, right? Because we're ahead of auto bluff, we dominate auto bluff. Like king high, ace high, we just dominate them. So maybe it's just better. If we do believe he's bluffing, we should just check call even out of position. Don't really know what to say, but I mean, obviously when we face this kind of aggression, I think we just fold. But I wasn't expecting CB75 here. I imagine support is mostly small bets, but I could be wrong. Just 10 minutes ago, just keeping all the videos, all the sessions here for exactly 90 minutes, more or less. This session, this 1.5 hours. Also, we're playing at a time where the pool is just softest right now. Yes, well, it's 2 AM right now, but it's like during the GG pool, this is like a few hours after into the new day, right? So it's just gonna be like a lot of players just playing here. I don't know why I folded here. I should be racing, but he's too shallow, so I can get on board with folding, but whatever. Here we still call, we still beat bluffs, we can still improve to the best hand. Yeah, but once it's over, but just not interested in continuing anymore. But I think when we're this deep, continuing the turn is still pretty good. Yeah, I think our biggest blunder the entire night, I want to review the hand personally, but the biggest blunder the entire night was when we had king jack on jack jack 10 and the guy donks pot with jack 9 on the river and we didn't shove. That's a spot I think is a mandatory shove for value, and we didn't find it. We got scared of the donk pot and just flat called like a hand that's the effective nuts. So I really hate how we played. I'm gonna bet one more street on turn and check fold river. Yeah, now he's just never folding river, we just give up here. Yeah, 10-10, I expect to see that. I don't want to try to make people fold overpairs in these kind of spots, because you can have queen queen jack jack there. Obviously when we have aces, like we just bet small on turn and just shove the river, obviously. And when we have a bluff, we can probably just give up for the most part, unless there's like a very specific reason, or like the hand is just like a very good candidate. But you know, it is what it is, right? I think it's gonna be okay. We can also check turn, but I don't like the idea of check calling turn or check shoving turn. I think people just bet call off too often. I'm gonna check this turn here. This is not a good turn for range. Face over, but I'm gonna call here. Yeah, this guy looks pretty aggressive. Yeah, we get the bluff from ace-8. Yeah, just a recreational that kind of loses the mind there, right? It's like, oh, I've got ace of club, let's just bet. Fair enough, man. That's a spot if I'm bluffing, I just shove. I just donk shove all in. I just lead all in the river. Like, what are you gonna... if I just face shove on the river, I'm probably gonna have the fold jack side. So... anyways, like, when it takes, like, a chunky sizing, it's still not big enough for me to justify folding jack when I've already made the decision to check turn. Here, queen 10 offsuit, I'm not gonna 3-bet here more often than I call. Again, just liking to take the more aggressive line. Sometimes we get shoved and it sucks, but it doesn't really matter. Like, in general, again, just my preference is just to play aggressively in position against wide ranges. People just really suffer in these spots. Like, I really suffer in these spots too. So imagine it's gonna be okay if we 3-bet a bit lighter than ZV suggests. It's okay if we 3-bet the hand that ZV suggests is a pure call. It's not gonna be like a horrendous blunder. Yeah, but just very lucky session, very grateful. I'm just getting insane run of cards, really. Again, 10-6 suited, also same thing, just gonna be 3-betting it, like, just picking it up. Like, we're really not that interested in playing post-flop with 10-6. Like, if we can win pre-flop, let's try to win pre-flop. So it's just gonna make sure, like, the players are actually opening reasonably wide. Like, there's some players that are playing, like, 25 ATS over, like, 600 hands, and they're just not opening adequately enough from, like, every position. So, like, against players like those, I think we just do a lot of, like, calling and playing post-flop in position. Gonna fold here. I don't think we get to set mine every hand. If you went 6, I'm always calling. He went for a 5 being click, I'm always calling. But when he's going larger... Open limb call ace queen offsuit. So we've seen this guy open limb call ace queen offsuit. He might also limb call trash. But, you know, there's just no reason to ISO with a hand that could just really doesn't mind seeing a flop. This one thing we just go half out is this hand. I don't really know what the board does. And here's just gonna lead small and overbet like 3x pot on the river if he just calls. Reason being, like, he raises too much flushes on a turn, so we know he always has the nuts. So now we just put his ace queen, because we know he limps ace queen, right? So he probably has ace jack, ace 10. Probably has ace king here, ace 9 offsuit. That's really gonna suffer. And he just might station us, right? He's playing 44 VPIP. Like, we don't really care if he's hero folds. Like, we do get a call. 10-10, yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a hand that we can stack. Maybe we should shove river. That's gonna be another blunder. I think we definitely should shove river. Again, just open limping 10-10. So again, someone that I wanna just take a look at. Yeah, just a pretty egregious play with 10-10. And how much did he bet on? He bet like 1.8 into 2.4 with 10-10 on ace jack 10 as well. Yeah, like, if we say, like, when he snap calls, he never has, like, a king high flush, then maybe we have the nuts and we just shove, right? Because we know the guy has, like, ace jack, ace 10, though. We've seen him limb call ace queen. He probably limb calls jack 10 too. And he's always calling. Like, I think if we shove, he probably still calls. I honestly believe, like, he just still calls. Like, they just cannot accept the fortune reversal of having a set and then just getting, you know, outdrawn by a fucking 9-6 suited, right? So it's like they're just gonna call down. They just can't fold. So I think it's a spot where we could just... I can also get on board with, like, overbetting turn and just shoving river, but I think with a 9 high flush, it's just not enough. Like, maybe it is. I don't know. I think I'm gonna look at that spot again. One of the reasons I'm recording these videos is because in real time I have the nose on, whereas, like, in Poker Tracker, sometimes, like, I don't know the player. I don't have my nose up. I don't know who this was. It was a good player, a bad player, a recreational, a whale. Whereas, like, if we are, like, recording the sessions, we can always just watch the video, mark the hands, come back to it, show it to, you know, friends, coaches, whatever, and then review it with better information. So that's kind of the reason I began doing this as well. It's just because, like, in these spots where if we just look at the hand review and we don't know that he open limb calls like ace queen, ace jack, 10s, like, that's gonna change our strategy a lot, I think. This guy's on the tighter end. This is like 274 hands is not a lot of hands, but I think against someone with 40 or 30 ATS, I'm just pure 3-betting queen jack off, so it's just like gonna be a fine hand to 3-bet. Yeah, it just looks like a recreational 43 VPIP. Small sample, so we can't know for sure. Yeah, this is like 47, 22, 47. Just gonna be racing here. I think we're gonna call here. Yeah, sometimes he has queens, kings, whatever. Like, but with jacks here in these positions, I'm just happy to put it in. And we are just flipping. Sure, he wants it once. We lose the flip. That's fine. That's very normal. Okay, whatever. Seems like towards the end of the session, we're gonna lose a little bit back. Do you want to go check, 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 check? Like, we can just showdown and win here, I think. Oh, he has 9 stars. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I think it's still a good 3-bet from the small blind anyways. Yeah, I think 7s is a bit too strong to bluff. I don't think we should be bluffing 7s. Given how passive people can be. And how passive they can check down. I'm gonna check raise king jack here. Ideally I want to check raise on like ace 10 4 other than ace 9 4 because we have a gutter. But again, like he's just flattered the cutoff, right? So it's like he's not always gonna have another hand here. Yeah, but now like once he 4-bets, this is just like pocket 4s, 9s, ace 9. It's not gonna be a bluff very often because we have ace king here, right? We have pocket 4s, pocket 9s too. We have aces even. So no reason to do anything but just being disciplined and laying it down. I don't think the check raise is bad though. With the king of spades, we're gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on turns and rivers. This is like a pot odds question here. Like, can we call here and just lead river? But when we miss, I'm not gonna be bluffing here. Ace queen just gonna check down here, I think. I wonder how often he... Yeah, like... Again, I think we block a lot of like his... I don't know. I actually don't know how to approach these spots. I imagine it's probably pretty under-bluffed. Really here is like, can we justify stationing ace high here? This might be the strongest hand we arrive here. In this line, I'm gonna call this time, but it's probably, he just has 7s. Yeah, we got completely taken to value town here. Really sad. Well played by him. I think it's probably, it's a mistake to check flop. That's a flop we usually range bet, and we don't face this kind of line. But because we checked, we got put into like a weird river spot where like we have like less experience and just made a mistake. Here, what did we do? We ISO'd C7 here, and he just donks pot here. Just gonna fold. I'm with no spade here. I just don't see the reason in continuing. I'm just gonna fold here. Like, what's floating us on flop and then potting the river as the bluff? Not much. Yeah, there's just not much. He needs to bluff like pocket 4s or like merge like jack 10, like merge like jack 9, jack 8 or something weird. But versus pot rivers, like I just like to overfold. Again, a very difficult spot here. I don't think he's check raising, like they're pretty deep as well, so I don't think he's check raise bluffing too often. Interested to see the showdown. Yeah, I think this is gonna be like the last orbit we play. Playing worse and worse as the session goes on as well. So I'm just gonna go to sleep and start a new session tomorrow. I think this will be the last hand. Here we're probably just gonna fold. Yeah, well, he's saying he has flushes. All we've done is check flop, right? So it's like we can have a lot of king X here. So this, I don't really believe this is over bluffed by any means. Eight five, yeah, 9-7 flush. Oh wow, okay, yeah, the read was correct, right? In position stabbing. Oh wow, we turn a set. What a sad wave. I mean, but I'm not calling half pot here. Even with the with ace 8 we chop here. Okay, yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. If you have been watching, hope you have a nice day, and we'll just keep grinding, and we'll follow up on the future videos. Thanks.